YouTube, what's good? I know I've been gone for a minute, but just chilling, man. You know what I mean? Fine tuning my page and stuff, but I want to talk about this NBA stuff. So we're gonna get into it. You know what I mean? Y'all let me know. We're gonna rock out. So without further ado, man, start the intro.
I'ma go get it, they waiting for blessings. I've been taking L's and I lost they lessons. To get to money, I got an obsession. If trap is a sport, then it'll be my profession. To tell you the truth, I don't got no confessions. I don't know why lately I feel aggression. I'ma go get it, they waiting for.
What's up, y'all? So like I said, we was gonna get into it, but y'all know we gotta start the video out the right way. Y'all already know how I do it. Y'all know how I come with it. We is back with another official bang. So, I ain't did a video about the NBA thing in a minute. It's finals time too, so like, I need to speak on it. I'm a LeBron fan, like I told y'all that before, so probably not keeping up with it as much, just because, you know, my man LeBron not in the finals. He didn't even make the playoffs, but still, I'm still a little invested in the sport, you know, as well. So I just wanted to come on here, you know, talk a little bit about the series, how it's going, you know, what I've seen so far. You know, y'all can leave me some comments to let me know what y'all think about the series, who y'all like. I posted up on my Instagram who y'all like in Game 4. I can post up my page right here, so y'all can see that. Y'all can follow me there. So yeah, I want to get into this. I guess before I really start getting into it, I would like to see Boston win. I'm not a fan of Golden State. They talk so much about Steph Curry like he on the same level as LeBron. Stop. So let's get into it. You know what I mean? So I pulled up the stats. You know what I mean? Because I know people like to see stats. So I pulled up the stats, and this is on NBA.com, and I wanted to see what the players is averaging in the series. And then I'll get into like breaking down like what I think was going on in the series and so forth. So let's see. On here it's saying Steph is averaging 31.3 points a game. Clay averaging 17. Andrew Wiggins is averaging 16.3. Jordan Poole's averaging 12. Kevin Looney is averaging, we can say 7. They say 7.3, but 7 points. Otto Porter 7. Draymond is 5. Gary Payton Jr. is 4.5. Iguodala's 3.5. Yeah, after that, it kind of drops off. So then we get into the Boston Celtics. You got Jaylen Brown averaging 22.7, Tatum averaging 22, Marcus Smart 14.7, Derek White 13.3, Al Horford 13, Robert Williams third is averaging 6, Grant Williams is averaging 5.3, Peyton Pritchard, I guess that's what it is, Pritchard, is averaging 5, and then it kind of just drop off after that. So, from the games that I've seen, that I've looked at so far, Game 1, Boston did what they were supposed to do. They stole Game 1. Golden State did not protect home field, and I think Boston came out and smacked them in the mouth. I don't know if it was because of the fact that Golden State had enough time off to rest, and then they came in a little sluggish, and whatever happened. I mean, Boston was coming off an emotional Game 7 win against Miami. So, I mean, people could have said if Boston lost that they was tired from playing in the Game 7. So it could have went either way. I just think Boston took care of business like they were supposed to, and they stole a game in Golden State, and they did what they were supposed to do. So I'm not going to sit here and say, oh, it was because this and that. They did what they were supposed to do. They did their job. They did exactly what their plan was. They went in there, they stole a game. In the playoffs for the NBA Finals, that's what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to go on somebody else's home court and steal a game. They did that. So then game 2, of course, Golden State was feeling the pressure. They had to come back out, and they won that game. Of course, Boston probably wanted to get that game because they wanted to take 2 games out of there and then go home and try to finish it at home. But at the end of the day, they did what they were supposed to do. They stole a game in Golden State. So they did their job. Then game 3 was, what was it? Game 3 was Wednesday night. So I definitely watched Wednesday night game. Like I said, as far as a couple things why I guess I would say I'm not a Golden State fan. One, I'm not a Draymond Green fan. I don't think I'm not going to say he's a dirty player, but he reminds me of Patrick Beverley a little bit, but a bigger Patrick Beverley. Annoying, decent defender. I'm not going to say great defender, but he's decent. He's more pessimistic than a great defender is what I would say. Very pesty. And then he's not a scorer. Like Patrick Beverley's a little better scorer than him. So I can give Patrick Beverley that as he's a better scorer than him. But Patrick Beverley's not getting the rebounds and all that kind of stuff. So Draymond do a lot of other things, you know what I mean, as far as getting his team pumped up and being that energizing guy for that. But he's still a little pesty, you know what I mean? But he's a decent rebounder, you know. He really tries to get carry the ball so Curry can shoot his threes, which is a part of their game plan. So the other night when they played Wednesday, Draymond Green was just god awful. A lot of fouls. And yeah, he actually fouled out that game. And then, you know, you go back and look at some of the plays that he had and some of the stuff that he did. I mean, he tried to play feisty. He tried to push his limits. You know what I mean? To see how far the referee's going to let him go. And, you know, it's playoff time. So it's going to be a little bit more physical. It's going to be a little bit more, you know, bumpier, a little bit more chippier. Guys just going to get into it a little bit more. Referee's going to let some stuff go a little bit more because it's playoffs. So Draymond Green pushes that to the limit. And he tries to push it as far as he go. You know, instead of saying Patrick Beverley, I'm going to say a Dennis Rodman. That's what Draymond reminds me of, Dennis Rodman. So you love to have him on your team, but you hate to be, you know, playing against him. Same way with Patrick Beverley. You love to have him on your team, you hate to be against him. Either way. So he was awful. Game 3. Couldn't score. Fouled out. He was getting dogged in the paint. Robert Williams just took over the game with the blocks. He just played better than Draymond. Draymond looked bad. You know what I mean? People start coming out and say, oh, well, if he started focusing on his podcast, then, you know what I mean, it wouldn't be that. So, like, I hate when we do stuff like that because we always try to rain down on something that somebody else is, you know, something they're doing to try to say that's the reason why they're not performing well. Like, let's give credit to Boston, man. Boston played a good game. They defended well. They played well. They just had their number that night. You know what I mean? Don't sit there and say, oh, because Draymond was on a podcast, and that's the reason why he played bad. No. He just had a bad night. And that's a part of the game. Like, they had bad nights. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to come out there and perform at 100% all the time. Like, you're not going to be, you know what I mean? It's NBA. It's a miss or make league. And they always say that. It's a miss or make league. So, like, don't sit there. You just can't say that, bro. Like, it's a part of the game. You know what I mean? So, give credit to Boston. Give Boston their flowers. Boston played a better game. They defended well. You know what I mean? At times, they didn't defend Curry as well because Curry was still getting off. But they played a great game. You know what I mean? Defensively, blocking their shots, the steals, turnovers, all that. They got a lot of turnovers that game. You know what I mean? That's what helped propel Boston into winning that game. So, let's not get into that narrative of saying, oh, because he did this, it's the reason why he played a bad game. That's not the reason why. Trust me, it's not the reason why. He had a bad night. And a lot of players have bad nights. Even the best of them. A Kevin Durant. You know what I mean? Kyrie Irving. A LeBron James. Kobe had bad nights. Michael had bad nights. Scottie Pippen. All those guys. I can go along the line list. Shaq had bad nights. It's the NBA. You're going to have bad nights. So you can't look at it that way. The way you need to look at it is how is he going to respond the next game? So let's see how Draymond responds tonight. You know what I mean? Like, let's not sit there and say, oh, he was this and that. No, let's see how he responds. Because that's how you see your great players. Your great players, okay, we had a bad night this night, but let's see how they respond. Is he going to come out with a little bit of fire on his belly and say, okay, I need to get my team this win? So that's what I like to see out of players, seeing how they're going to respond afterwards. Klay finally had a breakout game because the first two games, I don't know where Klay was at all. I really don't. But he finally had a good game, shot pretty well in game 3. So let's see if he can keep that up. Because I'm going to be honest with you, if Klay can't keep up that shooting and Jordan Poole ain't doing what he's doing, in my mind already, I'm picking Boston to win the series. But if it continues to be what it is right now, it's no way that Golden State's going to win this series that way. There's just no way. You know what I mean? Klay and Jordan Poole are going to have to do a lot more than what they're doing. So they're going to bring a lot more to the table because they're not going to be able to beat Boston if they're not doing that. Boston, like I said before in my previous videos, if you watch, I said Boston and Miami are probably, they're 1 and 2 in the NBA for playing defense. I don't know who's 1 or 2 because I never really checked it, but I know those two are the top 2 teams in the NBA for playing defense. So that lets me, that's what I'm saying. Golden State got to come. They got to bring it. So, who else I wanted to talk about? I would like to see a lot more out of Jason Tatum. I feel like Jason Tatum is, this is his moment. This is his moment to be a superstar. This is his moment to show you that you're a superstar. So this is where you become stars. This is where it's at. You're on a big stage, NBA Finals. You got a chance to win a championship. And you need to state your claim. You know what I mean? When Kevin Durant was with Golden State, he came up big. Put up big numbers. Did what he had to do. When LeBron James was on that big stage, he put up big numbers. Huge numbers. Kobe Bryant, big numbers. They stated their claim. Michael Jordan. Listen, Jason Tatum, you're on a big stage, and you're not performing as a superstar status. You're just playing enough, but you need to take over the game. You need to show why you are Jason Tatum and why this championship is yours. You got to take over. You got to take over, Tatum. You got to play a lot better. I like what I'm seeing out of Jaylen Brown. If Jaylen Brown continues to play tough like that, like I said, Boston going to be tough to beat. But if Tatum continues to play on a lower level and Brown just elevates his game, I'll tell you right now, and I'm gonna say it right now, if they don't give Jaylen Brown the MVP for the finals and give it to Tatum, knowing that Brown outplayed him, man, I'm gonna be pissed off because that's biased as hell. Give that man his flowers. Don't do him like that. Don't do him. But if Tatum flip that switch and become the star that he is in this final, because he's a superstar, but he needs to show it. This is the big stage. This is where you show it at. This is where it comes out. So he needs to do it. He needs to be out there like how Luka carried that team. That's Tatum. That's what we need out of you. That's going to propel you over, carry, and take the series. So tonight, you know what I mean, it's game 4. I would like to see Tatum take over the game. I like to see a nice 40-point game out of Tatum. A nice, big, strong game out of Tatum and say, listen, we going up 3-1, and it ain't nothing you can do about it, Golden State. I don't care who you got, Draymond, all y'all, it ain't nothing. Y'all ain't stopping us tonight. I'm on fire, and I'm blowing y'all out the water. This is a huge game. This game right here has a lot of weight on the series because for Golden State, they need to win this game so they can tie the series up and go back to Golden State tied 2-2. And then for Boston, they want this game so they can go up 3-1 to close this series out. So this game right here is a pivotal game. Game 4, big game, huge game. So this game right here is going to say a lot about this series. It might also tell you who might win this series. So I'm very interested in seeing who's going to win tonight. This is going to be a good game. I'm going to definitely be tuned in. Like I said, I'd like to see more out of Tatum. Marcus Smart playing some good defense, hit big shots when he needs to, but he's that energy guy too. I mean, he's the defensive player of the year. So I'm not going to sit there and say he's been shutting Curry down, because Curry been doing his thing, but he has been. I can't deny that he hasn't been playing good defense, because he has been. It's kind of, I'm not going to say it's kind of hard to shut Curry down, but it's not easy. You know what I'm saying? You can make things harder for him. His shot make it harder for him. I think one of the things I noticed when I was watching the game, a lot of time when Curry get around those screens, Al Horford is too far back, and by the time he tries to step up, Curry's already shot the three in his eye. So what I think they should do is, if they're gonna have, you know what I mean, Horford in that position, you know what I mean, when they come around that screen, Horford needs to step up earlier to be more inside of, closer to Curry, so Curry can't just jack up that three. You know what I mean? And I think the biggest problem is that I feel like Horford gives so much space because he don't want Curry to blow by him to go give up the layup. But what he got to realize is he got teammates behind him to, you know, stop, you know what I mean, to block Curry or whatever. But I would rather him give up that layup than to give up that three. You know what I mean? Because, you know, once Curry gets started shooting them threes, bro, it's tough. That boy starts shooting from half court on you. So it's like, you don't want to get him going. So I would rather see, like I said, Al Horford need to step up closer and don't give him that space to be able to shoot that three. You know what I mean? So when Curry coming around that screen, Al Horford, you should be meeting him when he coming around that screen, instead of staying behind the arc and then waiting for him to come to you. Because all he's doing is he's coming around that screen and he just pulling up. Bang! And it's just, he's smoking them. So I think that's a defense adjustment I would like to see for them to make. I mean, I'm not a coach, but I think that will slow Curry down from shooting so many threes if they made that kind of adjustment. You know what I mean? Don't let him just, because like, I mean, you know, you watch Curry play, he's going to pull up and he's going to shoot it. But you need to be closer to him to contest the shot. You know what I mean? Contested shots are harder to make than, you know what I mean, somebody just shooting a wide open shot. So I think that's an adjustment that they should make on defense to be able to do that. I'm proud of Robert Williams III. Man, he's been big for them in this series. You know what I mean? Like, a lot of times when we watch series, you know, people forget about the guys that know. I ain't even gonna say the no-name guys. I'm just gonna say the guys that you don't see as superstars. Those guys are the ones that help you win series. Robert Williams' defense is big, and it's so big to the point where, as though, it makes it harder for Golden State to come into the paint, because Golden State they can't match that height. They can't match that height at all. They try to put Draymond down there, and Draymond just gets bullied down there. He's not big enough to be down there with Robert Williams. And Robert Williams is always going to out-rebound him because he's taller than him. So Robert Williams has been big for Boston in this series. I hope he continues to play well like that. Looney is getting bullied by him too. So, I mean, but Looney is a body for Golden State. I mean, he'll have here and there, he'll help him out, but he just ain't on that. He's not on that level. He hasn't been on that level in a long time. But he's an okay player. Average player at that. But Robert Williams has definitely been big for them. I feel like Al Horford is tasting that championship. You know what I mean? Because he came out game one and he exploded. So the more the series goes on, I think he'll continue to play better. I mean, he hasn't won the championship, bro. Like, this is his chance. And I think he's seizing that opportunity because, you know what I mean, this could be a chance for him to win a championship and then retire into the sunset. So, you know what I mean, this is opportunity. So I see him like, man, listen, I need to get this. So he's definitely pushing that hard to get that championship. So I am definitely happy to see him doing that. But it's not going to be as easy for Boston either because, like I said, Golden State, what I notice is every third quarter, Golden State has smoked these guys. They have got to figure that out, man, because, I mean, you can come into a game where as though, let's just say tonight, let's just say Boston is, you know what I mean, they battled it out in Boston, I don't know, halftime you up like 55-53. And then Golden State come out and explode in the third quarter and go up by like 20 on you. Like, this been that problem. Third quarter, it's like when they go into the locker room, you know what I mean, they make their adjustments, but it's like Boston is not adjusted to the adjustments. You know what I mean? And some of that is coaching. Like, you got to be able to adjust. Steve Kerr, somehow he come out third quarter, boy, he got adjustments, and they just light it up. So I would like to see Boston clean that up. You know what I mean? Slow them down, because third quarter's been rough quarters for them in this series. You know what I mean? Last game, they was up by like 20-something. And in the third quarter, Golden State exploded on them. And they took the lead. So, Boston, that's something they got to clean up. That's why I say this series is going to be, it's entertaining and it's good, but it's not going to be easy for Boston to win. It's definitely not going to be easy for Golden State to win. But what I can say is, if Boston wins tonight, the series is over. That's what I believe. So, we're going to see how it works out. We're going to see what's going on. Also, man, it's OTAs. It's a lot of talks about my quarterback out here, about why he ain't been at training at OTAs and what's going on with his contract. But I'm going to make another video about that and get into detail and talk about Lamar and all that kind of stuff and tell y'all how I feel about the situation about that. Because I kind of just wanted to do the NBA on this one, so I didn't want to mix and match that kind of stuff in there. But I'm going to definitely give y'all that information about how I feel about what's going on with the Ravens. Because it's a lot to talk about. You know, I've been in different little spaces talking with different people, and we've been bouncing off each other and talking about different things about how we feel about the Ravens and stuff like that. So I'll definitely come back and bring y'all a video like that, you know, just to give you some update information about how I feel and what's going on and what the, you know, with the NFL too. Also, be on the lookout. This weekend I'm doing a podcast with a couple of my buddies. I can put the name of it up in the screen over here so y'all can see that. But yeah, we're going to do a podcast. We're going to talk about sports, life, entertainment, all kinds of stuff. So we're supposed to do it Saturday. So I guess once, you know, we record a Saturday, I can get the information from my buddy, because it's his podcast, but he wanted, you know what I mean, to be on there. So once I get the information and the details about where it's going to be at, I will post it so you guys can go ahead and check into it and just let me know what y'all think about the podcast. It's going to be definitely entertaining, because I got some friends that just talk a lot of trash, and when we get together, we talk trash back and forth, so it's definitely entertaining. So you're definitely going to want to tune into that. So that's one thing I got coming up. And then, pretty much like I said, I'll come back with the video about Lamar and the NFL stuff that I want to talk to you guys about. I'm trying to think what else I got. Definitely going to do a little bit more vlogging for you guys. So that'll be coming too. Tennessee videos coming soon. Stay tuned to that. Working on some stuff with that. And that might be it, y'all. Still talking to my editor guy about my outro. So he's working on that as we speak right now. So as soon as that drop, y'all definitely will get a chance to see that. So like I said, leave me some comments about how y'all feel about the series, what y'all thinking, and leave me some comments about some videos or some things that y'all want to see. Like I said before, leave me comments. Let me know. You know what I mean? I'll bring whatever y'all want to see. You know what I mean? I'm here to entertain y'all, bring information to y'all. So definitely leave me some stuff that y'all want to see or some information that y'all want to know about. I try to be as knowledgeable as I can be with some stuff. I don't know everything, but I know some things. So I just try to come and bring y'all what I do know. So with that being said, I'm going to close this video, y'all. Y'all know what y'all supposed to do. Y'all supposed to hit that bell button. Y'all supposed to hit that bell button. Come on, bro. You over there. Hit that bell button, bro. Come on. Come on, y'all. I've been asking y'all to turn me up, bro. I really need y'all help. I've been asking y'all, man. Why y'all just sitting there watching me? You sitting there on the couch and you just drinking, you know what I mean? You drinking your water, eating your popcorn or whatever. You just watching me, bro. You can hit the bell button while we sitting here talking. Come on, I'm going to wait for you. You hit that bell button? All right. So, yeah, Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell button, turn me up, man. Y'all know how we do this. I'll catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.